12 seconds later.
Oh, you car. Why do you hate me so much? I don't even know you like that. Can you hit me? Run right into it. You ain't gonna hurt me. I'm not driving by. You're gonna rear end me. That's good. What's up? It's Casey from Casey's Customs. I bought the worst second-gen Camaro on the planet. There's no frame. The suspension is all laying on the ground. I am turning it into a race car slash drift car. And in this video, we are going to finish it and also take it for its first drive. At least that's the plan. Let's get to work. We are back on the 1978 Camaro that I bought to race Pole Barn Garage and a couple other YouTubers. It just didn't work. This thing was so much rougher than I ever could have imagined. It's basically the worst 78 Camaro on the planet. We jacked it up like 4 days before the race. I was going to run fuel lines and stuff. The front subframe fell out. The rear leaf springs fell out. I knew I had one of them rusty. I had no clue. The actual leaf spring that came through the floor was the good one. The other side was worse, and it was held in with roofing tin. I mean, super thin, 26 gauge roofing, galvanized roofing tin. So we had to rebuild all that. It's all super strong now. I built it with heavy duty plate and 2x4 rectangular tubing. And now my roll cage is tied in to the rear leaf springs and the front subframe. So now everything is really strong. It should be okay. Still not great. I wouldn't want to take it to California by any means, but the goal was after the race was to turn it into a drift car, and that is still the plan. And I'm going to finish the damn thing. I forgot that the door handle doesn't work on the outside. I'm going to finish the damn thing in this episode. I don't care how long it takes. We have so much to do. I probably have a full day of welding because all this stuff is basically just tacked, kind of glorified tacked. The shifter is in backwards because I was working at 4 a.m. Saturday morning trying to get it ready to race at noon Saturday. So I got to basically cut that all out and redo it. It's also in the way of the drive shaft. It's a pain in the ass. But we should be able to button it up in this video. I would love to get it done. Go out, do some massive burnouts, send the transmission to the moon. Whenever I took the drain pan off of the transmission, I think there was chunks of gear in it. So I'm pretty sure this transmission smoked, but we're still going to have some fun with it. I certainly didn't buy it only to race it one time and then throw it away. We got too much time, too much energy in this thing. I'm still only in it for probably $1,500, even with the roll cage, the fuel tank, fuel pump, and all that. Let's get going. I'm going to finish up the fab work today, and then tomorrow we're going to get some parts in. We start to hook up the drive shaft, and there was no bearings in that U-joint. So even if miracles happened, we got it on the road, got it done, and hooked up this drive shaft, it wouldn't have made it around the block without bearings and caps in the end of the U-joint. So got to get a new one of those tomorrow at the parts store. I already have one ordered. And Dad took the bumpers off because he thought in the rules it had to have no bumpers. Well, that was not true, really. We could have kind of left those on. So I want to put all that shit back on, too. But for now, I just want to get all of the fabrication done and hopefully everything welded. So let's get to getting, baby. Got that bar across, which really helps. I think I might put one or two down to this, since this is basically my rear subframe, essentially. I might do that, and then we got to do a ton of welding. I'm going to do all that right now. I just want the welding done so we can start moving to other stuff. But I'm probably going to go ahead, add some more tubing. Also, I got a bunch of gusset plates. I'm going to put those in a bunch of different spots. So yeah, we're just going to weld our little happy ass off. Let's roll. got everything welded. Shouldn't really have any more serious fab work. I also got the shifter cut out. Added that bar, added a bar going down to my new rear subframe. Tomorrow I need to drill some holes because I'm actually going to remount the subframe to the brace that goes across the floor. It's not much, but anything's going to help at this point. I got gussets everywhere. I double welded half of this shit just because it looked like ass, so I went back over it. Dad did a bunch of welding for me, and he is not a very good welder. He'll tell you that himself. He was a body man, so he's been a body man for 40 years. The most thing he would ever do would, have to weld on a quarter panel or something. So I started welding at 11, and then it was my job from like 18 to 19. I was at a welding shop, so I have a lot more welding experience than him. We'll just put it at that. But everything is solid. Everything is good. It's not as pretty as I would like, but I don't give a shit about that. It is super strong. I'm really happy with how this gas tank mount came out. It's all tied into the roll cage, so it's super solid. And I have my fire extinguisher with a roll bar mount. Meant to go on a roll bar. I'll probably put it right here. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I'll put it there. I don't know. You just want to be able to get to it quick. Tomorrow, we'll do the shifter. We'll get some parts for the drive shaft, and I want to mount my battery here. I already have a battery mount at the other shop. I'll bring it down. So, sweet. We got a lot of shit done tonight. I probably welded for 8 hours. I know it's going to look like 30 seconds of footage because, nobody wants to watch somebody weld for that long, but I promise it was a full day of welding. All right. We got some parts. I also got some new shocks because I had to cut the old ones off because they were so rusty, naturally. I got my U-joint switched out. The old one was very, very bad, and this kind of hung us up for the race the other day, but they had it in stock, luckily. So let's throw this drive shaft in here, see if it'll still go in. Drive shaft is in, looks great, very happy. Went to put the rear shocks in, but I can't because the spring isn't compressed enough to get them to actually hook up. I tried, it just wasn't going to work. I needed to do a couple other things so we can actually put the car back on the ground. One of those things was drilling a giant hole through, there's a huge brace that goes through this floor. It's damn near thicker than the frame, and I drilled all the way through both of them, connected the frame. That's obviously not great for a subframe connector, but that's basically what the stock one is. The stock one bolts right here, and that one's rusted out. So I just moved them forward, kind of a little bit extra insurance. Hopefully all this boxing and roll cage work I did connect all that together enough, but I still wanted that for peace of mind. So I really wanted to take the wheels off the S10. It is a bitch when it's pitch dark. So we're going to pick this up again in the morning. So excited. It's finally starting to actually look like something, but we'll see. This excitement might all go to shit tomorrow. We'll pick it up and see what happens. I hated this thing 2 days ago. I told Dad I was going to blow it up. I said, let's just light it on fire, blow it up, see what the fuck happens. I'm starting to love it because we put so much time in it. It's kind of starting to grow on me. It's definitely set up for a really cool drift car or a race car, but every now and then it still kind of creeps up that I might hate this piece of shit. Anyways, I was going to just mount the battery box to the floor, but the floor's so rusty, that's probably not good. So we're going to have to make some gussets to hold that. I want to tie it into the roll cage somehow. Don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but my switch will be mounted there, and that'll be my kill switch. When you turn that, your battery just has nothing. It basically just takes the power from it. Those are really good, not only for race cars, but I like them on cars where you might store it for a while because you can just pull it and you don't have to worry about, the battery being down or any of that shit. So let's get this thing mounted, and I would like to kind of take care of some of the wiring too. We still need to wire up the fuel pump. I want to try and do all that right now. So let's go. battery is done. This is my battery cable. I technically could have just ran this down to the starter, but I just attached it to the old battery cable and bolted it and taped the shit out of it. There's also shrink wrap under there. Same thing with the ground. I could have moved this ground anywhere. We're still gonna just do this. I welded a bolt down there on the frame, and then got the battery mounted, got the on-off switch mounted, and I got a bolt down there for my new ground, because my new ground will just be right there to there. While that is all cooling, I don't want to hook anything up while it's hot, obviously. While that is all cooling, we are going to get these wheels switched out. We got to go steal the ones off the S10 first, and we're going to put them on the 56, and then steal the 56s, put them on the Camaro. So, it's kind of nice. It was raining all day, but the sun just popped out, so now is the time to go do that. Let's roll. Check these wheels out. Oh, that's perfect for like a race car, dirt car looking thing. It's gonna be perfect for drifting. I'm hoping whenever I take it off the jack stands, they're not too big though, because they were bigger than I thought they were. But damn, that looks good as shit. All right, let's get the rest of them on. I got the jack stands out of the subframe in the front. I still have the jack stands on the rear axle, but this is gonna be the first time basically the frame has been off of a jack stand since we built the new frame, essentially. Those ain't bad. I was worried those wheels were too big. The subframe actually is where it's supposed to be. First time in probably a decade. Okay. That should have took the weight off the car so I can put the rear shocks in now, and then we'll throw the rear wheels on. Let's see what we can do. Shocks are on. Wheels look great. I was going to put it on the ground, but I'm going to wait for that because we still have to do the brakes. And if I have to bleed the brakes, it's a lot easier to do it while it's up in the air. So we'll put a pin in that for now. I think I'm going to go ahead and get the fuel pump hooked up. It still needs wired and a couple other things. I might start throwing the bumpers back on. I hate that my dad took the bumpers off. Also, he cut the wires in the rear. Made me want to kill him, but he's a boomer and he read the rules, and the rules said no bumpers, and he was like, we can't have bumpers or we're gonna get disqualified. And I was like, no, you don't. And then sure enough, I show him videos of the race. Every car has a bumper on it. So that was definitely not a super rule to worry about, but he yanked all this shit. So we're gonna start piecing some of that back together. And I want to get my fire extinguisher mounted, just some little shit like that. And then if I get that all buttoned up tomorrow, I'm gonna have him help me bleed the brakes, throw some gas in it, and we'll see what happens. But we got a lot to do before we do that, so let's roll. Okay, I got the fuel pump wiring and a couple other things that needed grounded. I got all that done. I want to see how trigger happy the old man got when he was cutting wires the other day. So let's see if we can start it. I have a new ignition for this, so we won't have to use our trusty screwdriver anymore. I'll actually have a key, but I can still test it right now as it is. Let's see what happens. Absolutely nothing. Oh, I don't have my key. I don't have my main power key on. That shouldn't be on. Why is that on? Oh, I left the key on. Okay. I just heard the fuel pump running. So that's the fuel pump. It's dry, so I don't want to run it too much. Let's see if we can still start it. So our wiring is still good. I don't want to put gas in it yet just in case I have to weld anything. Well, let's give it a little bit of starting fluid. Make sure we didn't mess up any of that, because that would suck if we have to redo our timing or something. We got carb cleaner. That'll work. That's close enough. Oh, it's bone dry. What about brake cleaner? Will it run on brake cleaner? That's probably really stupid. We haven't started since we put the brand new carb on. So that's a little concerning. Let's see if it'll run on brake cleaner. Yeah! Okay, that's all I'm doing. We don't need to get too crazy with brake cleaner. Yes! So now to kill everything, let me show you. To kill everything, all we got to do is turn that little key off. And now nothing works. My battery's disconnected. Sweet! All right, I'm done for the day. We're going to come in tomorrow, finish this baby up, throw some gas in it, hopefully take her for a spin. Damn, those wheels look good. All right, so Dad came down, helped me with the brakes. Probably spent an hour on it, and not one brake is working. Every single bleeder valve is broke off of these. One of them I did myself. The other three were already snapped off, which is great. Looks like the front calipers are locked up solid. So even though I have some fluid going to them, they're just not working. And I think the rubber hoses are all clogged. So we should have known better than to think this fucking thing would actually do anything it's supposed to. Yeah, I'm gonna start digging in. Also, I have a new booster and a new master cylinder because we were pressed for time. We just put the master cylinder on. We're gonna change that right now. I'm gonna pop the booster off, put the new one on as well. And we'll probably have to make some new lines. I'm very bummed because I thought they were still kind of okay. They didn't look horrible, but I should have known better. You know, I should have known. So yeah, let's rip all the brakes out. I'm probably just going to focus on the front for now. The rear, I know it needs a rear hose, but it's, yeah, we're just going to focus on the front and then getting all this shit switched out. So let's go. Okay, called up O'Reilly's. I got the brake, all new brake calipers, new hoses, and pads coming for the front. So we're just going to rip all that out and also change out that booster, like I said. So that shit won't be until tomorrow morning, naturally. But I still want to get everything ripped out so that tomorrow I can just switch all that shit out. So let's get rolling, baby. Let's go. That piece of shit was rusted solid too. Oh, that's hot. Oh. Sweet. Finally, I got that out. Calipers weren't too bad. They were rusted solid too, but I could beat them off with a, I could hit them off with a sledgehammer, so I got those out. Ugh, what a bitch. Brand new brake booster is finally in. Got the master cylinder back on. The proportioning valve is all bolted up, so we're good to go. So tomorrow, we'll be able to throw the calipers on and hopefully have our brakes work. At the very least, we'll have our front brakes working. Still not sure about the rears. What I'm going to do now is start putting the rear bumper back together and the taillights on. And if you weren't here for my last video, my dad yanked the bumpers off, and when he did it, he cut all the taillight wires. No clue why he did this. Still not sure. We've had several discussions about it. So I am not going to reattach all these. I went ahead and cut the loom back, so we got some wires to work with. I'm going to let him do that because that was his dumb mistake. Usually I'm the one that does dumb stuff, but that was his that time. So let's see if we can't get the rear bumper on there. I just pointed like it was over there. It's not. It's in the front. He also, after he did that, he threw them out in my scrap pile. Thank God nobody came and got him. But yeah, let's get that shit put together. Okay, there's a bunch of aluminum rivets on there that are either broke or junk. So I grinded all those off and then drilled them out. So tomorrow when we come in, we should be able to throw that on pretty easy. I over drilled, or I went up one size with the drill. So my new push in rivets will be a lot easier because I don't want to use the aluminum ones. It's a giant pain in the ass. So yeah, we should be able to button it up tomorrow, take it for a drive, and end this freaking Camaro saga. Just be done with it. Just be done with it. Let's beat the living shit out of it and probably blow something up and have some laughs. It'll be good content, though. That's all that matters. All new calipers, all new hoses, new banjo bolts. I grabbed some lines, even though I have my badass flare tool here. They're so cheap. It's hard not to just buy them and then use those. They're way too long, so we're going to have to cut them down, but I'm going to go ahead and throw the calipers on. Where's the pads? Oh, there you go. See, I got new pads too. Ugh. Throw the calipers on, the pads on, the hoses, and then we'll start running some lines. Also, the windshield is going to be here in like an hour. We will probably go ahead and get that glued in while we're at it. I bought these cheap suction cups. These things are badass. They're going to make putting the windshield in a hell of a lot easier than trying to juggle it all the time. These were like, I think these are $20, $15. I don't know why I didn't buy these before. That would have made life so much easier. But anyways, let's get these brakes done. I am ready to drive this freaking thing. Also, Dad's going to come down. I'm going to make him wire those taillights. Son of a bitch. And I want to get the front bumper on. So let's get to getting. Check this out. I saw this trick online years ago, and I do it now myself. So these are crush washers, but sometimes when they're brand new and you have a brand new caliper, there's a lot of there's just little mess ups in the actual casting, and it's not super smooth. You can go crazy and just keep tightening this and it'll still leak. So this is already tight. Let me show you. So she's already down. It's kind of hard to do off the car, but watch. Give it a whack one time. Not super hard, you don't want to break anything, but you hit it hard enough, those crush washers will shrink a little bit. It works better than just tightening it like crazy. Give her one of those. And then usually See? Got like another, I don't know, quarter turn out of it. Oh yeah. Now she ain't going anywhere. Now you know for certain that that bad boy is tightened. I'll probably try it again once it's on the car. It'll be a lot easier, but give it a shot if you ever have any leaky crush washers on a caliper. Just called, and the windshield is back ordered. I won't get it till tomorrow now, so we're going to be taking a drive, hopefully in a couple hours whenever these brakes are all done, without a windshield, which is not the end of the world. But I should have not I should have expected that anyway, because this car, I mean, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Good times, son of a bitch. All right, here's the update. Brakes are done. Had Dad come in to bleed them. I got nothing going anywhere. I think the proportioning valve is bad and leaking. So now we're gonna delete the proportioning valve and just run the line straight to the master cylinder. Hopefully that fixes it. I got no idea what's going on. Also, I cut the living shit out of my hand on this edge because the wrench slipped, and this is basically a razor, I found out, and it is deep and nasty, and now not only am I in a bad mood, I'm sad and in pain. So yeah, let's try and finish this shit up one-handed. For several days. Check this out. It's completely bench bled. There's no air in it. I pulled the lines off. Whenever you push down, this should just shoot a stream of brake fluid everywhere. Look at this. It's just barely doing shit. So I went and got the old one, which is not great, out of the scrap pile. I'm going to put that on and see what happens. Because that thing is a piece of shit. Whether it's bad or not, I know it's not right. I cannot believe how much time I wasted on that. I got out the vacuum bleeder, threw the old master cylinder on, pumped it for 5 minutes, got all the air out. I have it wedged right now to show you. The pedal isn't even all the way down. It's like barely being touched. We got brakes, baby. I actually haven't tested the other side, but as firm as the pedal is, we should be good. Oh, yes. Ha! Son of a bitch. It was a brand new master cylinder. Wow. That's annoying. All right, it's getting late. It's like 5 p.m. I was supposed to have this video done yesterday, but we're going to throw the wheels on, throw the bumper on, and take her for a spin. I'm very excited. Also, we got a new editor on this one. His name is Thomas Lamka. I think it's Lamka Media. I'm not sure. I'm sure he'll add it somewhere here on the video. Let me know if you like his editing style more than Richard, because I will shit can that freaking cop in a heartbeat. Let me know what you think. All right, let's get this damn thing done. I am so tired of working on this car. It is literally last minute. Needed to have this video done, I don't know, 3 hours ago. The wife is currently yelling at me. I worked too much today. This thing needs gas. I should be able to fire it up. If we fire it up, I throw it in gear and it looks good on the jack stands. We're gonna put it on the ground and see what the hell happens. Oh shit, stop moving. Oh shit. We need to go check for leaks while she's filling up. It looks okay right now. There shouldn't be anything, but boy, you never know with this stupid car. Is it gonna leak out of that hole if I take this off? Probably, right? I would think. Yep. All right, let's see what happens. Too high. Let me adjust some things and then we'll see what happens. All right, she's on the ground. Let's see if I can move it before we even try and take our drive. We've learned from our past mistakes. This could still go bad, but we have learned stuff. Shifter messed up, which is a very real possibility, or the transmission does not have reverse because it's such a piece of shit, which is also a very real possibility. Screw it. We got deadlines. This video needs to get done. I'm going to add some fluid. We're going to take it for a spin. Let's go. Where's my starter? Oh, I found the starter. Booyah. Driving by. You're gonna rear into me, that's good. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I don't know if that guy watches the videos or not, but he's the man. He is the man. I only pushed it for like 10 seconds and he was driving by. Holy shit, that's awesome. There is oil all over the street. The good news is she did a hell of a burnout. I like that. That always makes me happy. I got it sideways coming out of here. You know, you gotta go real easy with the first drive, or just fucking lay in it and do a drift. I don't know why I did that. Those were tight. I mean, they were on there good. So something was maybe a little wonky. Maybe it was out of line. I don't know. Popped right the hell out. Good times. We've had a lot of interesting first drives here on the channel. That was a pretty interesting one. That was one of the better ones, if you ask me. I was pissed. I thought I was going to have to push it like 500 yards. Some guy was driving by in a truck. I could tell it wasn't the nicest truck. So I said, can you just run into me? He goes, yeah. I was like, fucking sweet. So he just bumped me all the way in. Didn't hurt it at all. Yeah. This car might hate me. I don't know. I hate it, and I also kind of love it. But yeah, we definitely need to order some parts. We need to kind of rework a couple things. I need to put a proper ignition in it so I can actually turn it off, because I was thinking while I was driving, if shit hit the fan, there's nothing I can do to turn it off because the alternator's keeping everything running. So that's not good. But the next video will not be on this car. We are getting back to the other shop, working on some badass hot rods. We're going to be working on the 50 Chevy that's on the Pontiac G8. Gonna go back to chassis swaps, back to the stuff I know. I'll order some stuff for this and we'll button it up sometime in the next couple weeks. But yeah, son of a bitch, I mean, of course that happened. If you are not subscribed, please hit that button now for the coolest merchandise on the planet. Go to Caseyscustoms.com. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, all the good shit they tell you at the end of videos, and check out some more of my other videos. Peace. I love you.